All right, so have you ever had to, like, slow down on the highway
Oh, yeah.
and move over for those flashing lights?
Of course.
You know, we're always told to do it,
Right.
but have you ever thought about, like, what it's like
Oh, I know what you mean.
for the person on the
Yeah.
other side of those lights?
Yeah, like what's their story?
Well, that's what today's deep dive is all about.
Oh, cool.
We're going to be looking at
Yeah.
this YouTube interview
Oh, wow.
with this mechanic named Ricky.
Interesting.
Now, Ricky works on semis.
Okay, so big rigs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, gotcha.
And he does, like, roadside repairs.
Wow, so he's right there in the thick of it.
He is.
On the side of the highway.
Yeah, and in this interview, he talks about this crazy
Oh, no.
near-death experience
Oh, geez.
that he had on the job.
I bet that was really scary.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And it really opens your eyes to,
Right.
you know, just how dangerous it is
Yeah.
for these guys.
For sure.
You know, they're working
Yeah.
right there in the breakdown lane,
Oh, yeah.
often with these, like, massive semis
Oh, yeah.
towering over them
Yeah.
while traffic is just whizzing by.
Just feet away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, in the interview,
Yeah.
Ricky doesn't hold back
Really?
about how frustrating it is
Yeah.
when drivers don't
Don't respect that space.
respect that space.
Yeah.
Like, he even says at one point,
What's he say?
stay out of my goddamn lane.
Whoa.
Yeah. I can't blame him. It's a
Yeah.
matter of life or death.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So the day of this accident
Okay.
started out like any other for Ricky.
Okay.
He had already done like 2 road calls.
Okay.
No problem.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I can...
And during one of them,
Yeah.
a state patrolman
Oh, wow.
actually parked behind him
Oh, that's nice.
to like help with traffic control.
Oh, that's great.
They actually called him cool officer
Mm-hmm.
in the interview.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But
On that third call,
Ricky did a few things differently.
like what?
Almost like he had this, like, premonition or something.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. You know, sometimes our brains,
Really?
yeah, they pick up on these subtle cues
Yeah.
that something is off.
That's so wild.
Like maybe a change in the light
yeah.
or just like a gut feeling,
Wow.
you know? And it's something that's been studied.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, like with first responders
Interesting.
and soldiers who
background
face
stuff.
danger all the time.
Right, right.
They're more tuned in.
So this third call
Yeah.
was a tire change
Okay.
on a semi.
Gotcha.
And Ricky was being, like, super meticulous.
Oh, wow.
Like, even having the driver
yeah.
sign all the paperwork
Okay.
before you let him go.
Right.
He said he doesn't even normally do that.
Oh, so this was unusual.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was just about to load up this
Yeah.
old tire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, boom.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What happened?
The service truck was hit
Oh, my God.
from behind
Oh, no.
while he was at the lift gate.
Wow. So he was like,
Yeah, he was, like, right there.
oh, my gosh.
And he said it spun him around,
Oh, geez.
knocked him to the ground.
Wow. Wow.
And then he sees this massive fireball.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is
The
terrifying.
vehicles caught fire.
That's crazy.
It must have been absolutely
I
terrifying.
can't even imagine.
And in those, like, split seconds, your
Yeah.
brain is just flooded
Yeah.
with adrenaline.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right.
Fight or flight.
Yeah. And it's amazing how
Right.
differently people react.
Exactly. Some people freeze, some
Right.
people panic,
Yeah.
but other people,
Yeah.
like Ricky, it seems,
Yeah.
they go into this hyper-focused state.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So Ricky, thinking that the other driver
Mm-hmm.
might be injured,
Okay.
starts frantically searching
Oh, wow.
for them
Right.
in all this chaos.
Yeah.
But he couldn't find anyone.
Wow. You know, that just shows you
Yeah.
how powerful that adrenaline is.
Yeah.
It can push people to act in ways that they
Ways.
wouldn't normally.
Wow.
You know, like ignoring their own injuries
Right.
to try and help others.
So he's injured.
Yeah.
He's disoriented.
Right.
And he's desperately trying to find his phone
Oh, my God.
to call for help.
Right.
And he talks about how cars
Yeah.
were slowing down
Oh, geez.
to watch the fire,
Oh, wow.
but no one stopped
Oh, my God.
to help him.
Seriously.
It's like that bystander effect.
Oh, yeah, the bystander effect.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
People just assume
Yeah.
someone else will step in.
Exactly. Especially in like a crazy situation like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And this has been studied
Oh,
extensively.
Yeah, social psychology.
Wow.
Yeah.
It must have felt like forever.
I bet.
But finally,
Yeah.
a tow truck driver
Okay.
pulls over
Okay.
and calls 911.
Thank God.
And then things start happening
Okay.
really fast.
Yep.
It was like a well-rehearsed play.
Oh, wow.
Like an off-duty semi-driver stops
Okay.
to help.
Okay.
And he like immediately
Takes charge.
takes charge
Yeah.
and starts like communicating with
Yeah.
emergency services.
That's amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Like, why there's that kind of response.
Right.
Highway accidents,
Yeah.
especially with semis.
Right.
They're so dangerous.
For sure.
Not just for the people in the crash,
Right.
but for other drivers.
Of course.
And even the first responders. It's
Yeah.
like a whole coordinated effort.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's multiple agencies.
Working together.
Yeah.
And they didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
They quickly assessed the situation.
Right.
And they focused on putting out that car fire first.
Right. That's standard procedure
Yeah.
in a situation like that.
Yeah.
You have to control the fire.
Right.
It prevents more injuries.
Right.
And it lets them access the victims safely.
So then they turn their attention to Ricky.
Oh, okay.
And the paramedics were initially worried about burns.
Right, because of the fire.
Yeah, because of the fire.
Yeah.
But Ricky had to tell them
Oh, no.
that it was just dirt
Oh.
from his work.
Wow.
And even in that moment,
Yeah.
he managed to joke about it.
Oh.
He said all the life juice is getting out.
That's pretty funny.
Right.
It's amazing, though, how the mind uses
Yeah.
humor to cope with
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how calm he seemed.
Yeah.
You know, even cracking jokes after all that.
Right. He was obviously running on adrenaline.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
he even asked the paramedics,
Oh, wow.
like, for their professional opinion
Seriously?
on whether he should go to the hospital.
That's so funny.
You know, that's another part of the trauma response.
Really?
Sometimes people downplay their injuries,
Oh, wow.
especially right after it happens.
Interesting.
It's like a way of protecting themselves from what's happened.
Of course, the paramedics told him to go to the hospital,
Yeah.
which was definitely the right call.
For sure.
Meanwhile, back at the shop,
Yeah.
Boss Man
Mm-hmm.
gets this call
Oh, no.
from the semi-driver
Okay.
who had seen the whole thing,
Wow.
and he's describing it
Oh, geez.
as just a complete inferno.
Oh, man. That must have been just awful.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, like for Boss Man to get that call,
Yeah.
like knowing that Ricky's out there and to
Mhm.
hear that description,
Awful.
yeah, it really brings home like
Yeah.
how serious the situation was.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So Boss Man drops everything
right. Yeah,
and rushes to the scene
of course.
with Jeep Guy.
Okay, the assistant manager.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they were driving,
Yeah.
and they encountered like this wave
Oh, wow.
of emergency vehicles.
Oh, geez. So they're heading towards the crash.
Yeah, all going in the same direction.
Oh, man, you can picture it.
Yeah.
The sirens, the lights. It's a reminder that,
Right.
like, even in our everyday lives,
Right.
we're just moments away from
Mhm.
something like that.
Scary thought.
Yeah.
So they get to the crash site,
Okay.
and the aftermath
Yeah.
is even worse
Oh,
than
no.
what they had pictured.
Oh, jeez.
And they learn that the other driver
Oh, no.
had died
Oh, wow.
on impact.
That's just awful.
I know. And it just shows you,
Yeah.
you know, like
Mhm.
these accidents,
Yeah.
they can have just devastating consequences.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know?
Not just the people involved,
Right.
but their families.
Their loved ones.
Everybody.
Yeah. It really makes you think about, you know, how we need to be more careful.
We're vigilant when we're driving.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
they found out that Ricky
Okay, good.
had been taken to the hospital.
Okay.
So they rushed over there
Okay.
to see him
Right.
and get this, their reunion at the hospital is almost darkly comedic.
Oh, no, what?
Like they rush in,
Yeah.
fearing the worst,
Right.
and they find Ricky,
Yeah.
like still in shock, obviously,
Yeah, right.
but surprisingly calm.
Wow.
And he greets them with
Don't tell me.
a shit-eating grin.
Wow. Oh, my God.
I know.
That is unbelievable. It's like how the mind copes with
Yeah.
that kind of trauma. Or
Right.
it's like a defense mechanism to
Yeah.
like deflect the fear and anxiety.
Right.
It's not always appropriate,
Yeah.
but it's pretty common in
Yeah.
these situations.
And then Boss Man,
Yeah.
in this like moment of dark humor,
What does he say?
jokes about how Ricky
Uh,
probably doesn't want to do on-call that night.
oh, my God.
Right.
That is so funny.
I know.
But it's also like it shows
Yes,
how
ma'am.
different people process these things.
Yeah.
Like some find comfort in humor
Yes.
and others need time and space
Right.
to process the emotions.
Absolutely.
There's no right or wrong way.
Totally.
Yeah.
Jeep Guy, on the
Yeah,
other hand,
yeah.
was like visibly shaken.
Oh, yeah.
It just goes to show,
Yeah.
you know, everyone reacts
In different ways.
differently.
Yeah. And it's important to remember
Yeah.
that everybody involved,
What?
even the witnesses, can be affected by this
Right.
and need support.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the doctor
Yeah.
who was expecting,
Yeah.
severe injuries
Right.
based on the reports, was amazed to see Ricky
Wow.
like walking and talking.
That's amazing.
It's incredible,
Yeah.
how resilient
Yeah.
the human body can be.
Yeah. But it's also important to remember
Yeah.
that even minor injuries
Right.
can have lasting impacts.
Right.
Yeah. Because adrenaline can mask
Right.
pain and other symptoms.
In those moments.
Yeah. In the immediate aftermath.
So Ricky even downplayed the incident
Oh, wow. Really?
to his dad
On the phone.
on the phone,
Oh, my God.
calling it like
Okay.
a small ordeal
Wow.
and that the truck
Yeah.
might be totaled.
Wow.
It's that classic example
Right.
of minimizing trauma.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's a way of protecting themselves
Yeah.
and the people around them
Right.
from the full impact
Yeah.
of what's
It's
happening.
important to let people process these things
Yeah,
at their own pace
for sure.
and not force them
Right.
to confront it
Too soon.
all at once.
Exactly.
And you won't believe this.
What?
He had to get a tetanus shot,
Okay.
and he considered that
Mm-hmm.
the worst part of the day
Wow. Are you kidding?
at that point.
Oh, my God.
Right? That's amazing.
I know it's that dark humor again,
Yeah.
but it also speaks to
Yeah.
how our brains
Mm-hmm.
prioritize things
Yeah.
after something like that.
Yeah. Sometimes the mundane stuff feels so overwhelming,
Right.
and the scary stuff,
Fades into the background. It's so
Yeah.
strange,
it really is.
but the story doesn't end there.
Oh, really?
Ricky's co-host
Okay.
on their YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
had his own wild experience.
Oh, no. What happened?
He got a call
Okay.
from this previous podcast guest,
Okay.
Officer Doofy.
Oh, yeah. I remember him
Yeah.
from the other episode.
And Officer Doofy
Yeah.
mistakenly thought that Ricky
Oh, no.
had been airlifted
Oh, my God.
from the scene.
Wow. So misinformation
I know.
spreads so fast,
Ouch.
especially during a crisis. That's
Yeah.
why it's so important to
Right.
stick to
Yeah.
verified sources of information
Yeah.
and not spread rumors
Yeah.
in a situation like that.
Right.
Clear communication
Yes.
can be so important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he spent hours
Oh, jeez.
fielding calls
Yeah.
from people who were worried,
Right.
but nobody had any real information
Oh, gosh.
about Ricky's condition.
Oh, man. This is so stressful.
I know that feeling of helplessness
Yeah.
is just awful.
Yeah. Not knowing.
And then in like a moment of,
Yeah.
I guess you could call it coping humor,
Okay.
he actually played a prank on his mom
Oh, no.
and told her that Ricky had died.
Oh, my God.
And she believed him for like a
Yeah.
few seconds.
Oh, my God.
I know.
That's awful, but also kind of funny.
I know it's like dark humor,
Yeah.
but
You have to be mindful of how it impacts other people.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially people close to the situation.
Right.
Yeah, it's a reminder
Yeah.
that even in tough times,
Yes.
we have to be sensitive.
And compassionate.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he was
Yeah.
eventually
Oh,
able to
yeah.
connect with Ricky
Okay, good.
through all the messaging apps
Right.
and confirm that he was safe.
Thank God.
It's crazy how technology has
Yeah.
changed
Yeah.
how we communicate.
Yeah. Especially during emergencies. Like being able to connect
Right.
and get updates
Yes.
in real time.
I know.
It can be such a relief.
For sure.
But it also shows how important it is
Right.
to have access to
Yeah.
that technology,
Right.
which not everyone does.
So we've heard about the accident,
Yeah.
the immediate aftermath, and like
yeah.
how it affected
It's
everyone.
a effect.
Yeah. What can we learn from all of this?
This whole deep dive
Yeah.
has been about so much more
Yeah.
than just flashing lights on the highway.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
about,
Yeah.
the human stories
Right.
behind those lights,
For sure.
the risks that these workers face.
Every day. But
Yeah.
it's also about resilience
Yeah.
and the power of humor
Right.
and community
Yeah.
in the face of trauma.
Absolutely.
At the end of the interview,
Yeah.
Ricky and his co-host,
Yeah.
they actually did this,
Yeah.
like public service announcement
Oh, wow.
about driver safety.
That's great.
And it was really powerful,
Yeah, I bet.
especially coming from Ricky,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
after everything he just went through.
Like, it means so much more
Mhm.
when it's someone who has
Yeah.
experienced that danger
Exactly.
like, firsthand.
Yeah. And they really stressed,
Yeah.
slowing down,
Mm-hmm.
moving over
Sure.
for any vehicle
Yeah.
on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's not just about following the law.
right.
It's about
Respect for.
respecting the lives
Yeah.
of the people
Wow.
who are out there working.
It's so easy to forget
I know.
that those flashing lights,
Right.
they're real people,
Yeah.
with families.
And lives.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're just trying to do their jobs,
exactly.
often in really tough conditions.
Absolutely. And they're keeping things running
Yeah.
for all of us.
We got to give them the space they deserve.
Sure.
Yeah, such a simple thing,
Yeah.
but it can literally save lives.
Mm-mm.
I was thinking about all the times I've been driving,
Yeah.
and maybe been a little impatient,
Oh, yeah.
wanting to get somewhere fast.
I've been there.
Yeah, we have to prioritize safety.
Over speed.
Yeah, every single time.
Every time.
I think we should also consider,
Okay.
like, the infrastructure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Like the roads themselves.
Yeah, like well-designed roads,
Mm-hmm.
clear signs,
Yeah.
good lighting.
It all makes a difference.
All of that can make it safer
Yeah.
for these workers.
For sure. It's not just about the drivers. It's about the environment, too.
Yeah, it's a shared responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From the people who design the roads
Yeah.
to the drivers,
Yeah,
we all play a part.
Ricky's story.
Yeah.
It could have been so much worse.
I know.
And it really makes you think about
Yeah.
how fragile life is
Mm-hmm.
and how important it is
Yeah.
to appreciate every moment,
Absolutely.
both for ourselves
Absolutely.
and for the people who are out there
Mm-hmm.
putting their lives on the line
Right.
to keep us safe.
What really struck me
Yeah.
was how resilient they all were.
Yeah.
Like, even after something so traumatic, they
Yeah.
still found ways to laugh,
Yeah.
to connect with each other.
And be grateful.
Yeah, it shows that even in the darkest times,
Yeah.
there's still strength.
And hope.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
what's like the one thing
Yeah.
you want our listeners to remember?
I think it's this.
Yeah.
The next time you see those flashing lights on the highway, remember Ricky's story.
Okay.
Remember that there are people out there risking their lives.
Right.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Move over. Show them some respect.
Yeah.
It's a small act of kindness.
But it makes a big difference.
It really does.
All right. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.